Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. We're going to do a quick couple slides on communication skills. So when we talk about communication skills and you're in an intro to business class, I'm not sure if that feels like a really obvious thing that we would do, or I don't know if that actually feels like, why would we be doing this in an intro to business class? Isn't this more of like an English public speaking kind of thing? Well, your communication skills are going to be something that are going to fall under things called 21st century learning skills. And in our 21st century learning skills, what we're really looking for is we're looking to create students, young people, and future employees that are going to be in the workforce that are able to read and interpret information. They know how to use technology. They know how to communicate properly on technology, and also be able to be a worker in this global community that we are currently in and that we're going to continue to be in, obviously, for the rest of our lives. So when we talk about communication skills, what I want you to kind of think about is you might be a little surprised that I have a picture over here of a doctor and a patient. What I really want you to kind of walk away with is that whole concept that you're in an introduction to business class. That doesn't mean that you're declaring that the rest of your life you're going to be a business person. Who knows which direction you're going to go into, and your communication skills are actually going to come into play in every single possible area that you might ever end up in. So we want to focus on a couple different things. And our core things that we're going to work on are understanding written material, being able to apply active listening skills, apply verbal skills, report details about business situations, write internal and external correspondence, as well as use social media to communicate with stakeholders. So everything that we're going to be doing in this section is going to be tied directly to those performance indicators. So when we get started and we talk about effective verbal communication, we've got a lot of nitty-gritty things that we could talk about, but we've got 4 basic items that we can remember, and I think it's pretty easy for everybody to remember these. The most important thing is we need to know who we're talking to. As a teacher, I probably have maybe like 3 different voices that I use. So I definitely have my student voice when I'm talking to students like you right now, or maybe in my class, and I want to make sure that I have a commanding presence, but I'm probably a little bit more casual than when I talk to my principal or my manager at my workplace. And then also sometimes when I meet people outside of school and I'm trying to have a business interaction with them. So it's very important to know your audience so you kind of know how formal you need to be. Your second thing that you want to make sure you know is you want to know your topic. If you've ever been in a classroom presentation where other people did the work and you had to stand up there and talk about it, you know that doesn't feel good. You kind of feel like a fraud. You feel like you're going to be found out. So it's a very important thing to make sure that you know your topic. It's a great idea to go with a plan of your presentation. Know what images are coming next. Do you flip to the next slide? How does all that stuff work together? And you also want to own the room. Now that's a really hard thing to quantify and tell you exactly how to do that, but you need to make sure that if you're presenting at that time to 1 or 2 people or a group of 40 or 50 people, that you have a commanding presence. And it doesn't have to mean that you're loud. In fact, in some cases, you actually can have a commanding presence by not being loud and being outrageous, but sometimes just using time and pauses on your side, and it can really help you have an effective presentation. Beyond that, when we talk about some of our good written communication, we definitely know spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes are bound to happen. It happens to me all of the time, and it's still a little bit embarrassing even though I'm this age. So a couple things we need to do are make sure that we use tools that can help us out. First of all, anytime we're doing something on our phone or on our computer, we can always use spell check. There is no shame in your game if you use spell check. Another really amazing thing you can do is you can actually install the Grammarly add-on. So the Grammarly Chrome extension is free to install, and it's so amazing because it's not only going to help you with your spelling, but it's also going to help you with your grammar and where a comma should go and did you want to capitalize something. It is a phenomenal tool that can really help you take your writing to the next level. So communication is going to be key to any endeavor involving more than one person. Communicating through writing is essential in the modern world, and it's becoming ever more so as we participate in what's commonly called the information age. I think that you can see, you might be thinking like, ooh, reports. I don't really see a lot of those. People are still writing reports, but people are also, of course, using social media and they're blogging and they're doing all kinds of different things. So we really can't say that just because we have Siri and just because we have text to type, that it's going to go away. We still have to know what good written communication is going to look like. And then what we'll talk about to wrap it up is going to be our written communication. When we talk about this effective written communication, we have a few different things that we really want to make sure of that we get communicated. And what we mean by that is sometimes you have a lot of information that you have to share with your audience. So it's a good idea to make sure that you're very precise in what you want to say. And also that you're clear. You might be in a situation where you know lots of special jargon. For example, in education, we have lots of special fancy jargon that other people don't understand. If you play a sport or you're a dancer right now, you might have lots of special words you know that nobody else knows. So we really just have to be clear. There's no need impressing anybody with all your fancy words that you have. Be clear as possible. Be practical in what you have to say. Do you need to be persuasive? Be factual. That's another thing as well. We don't want to deal in innuendos. It's a great idea to be very organized in what you've done and also be task-oriented. Most importantly, with your written communication, you also want to proofread it to make sure that it says exactly what you would like for it to. So we've got a couple different activities for you in this section. I hope that you're going to find that they're all very effective for you and they help you understand communication a little bit more. Have a great day. Thank you.